Hey.
Yeah, man, you wanna play some Battleship?
No. No, 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 no. Fuck no, man. Fuck no, no. No, aliens and Liam Neeson, no. No, I don't know. Fuck no, man, no.
Brandon went on to have severe anxiety based on his fear that playing the game Battleship would bring an entire alien invasion and destroy the world. He tried to kill anybody that would play the game, kinda like Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. He was soon admitted to a mental institution, and things got totally one flew over the cuckoo's nest in there.
I'm looking forward to Battleship, said no one ever, because it's the most ridiculous movie ever. Because who takes, Battleship, that's a good, game to make a movie into? What? No. Why? It's just ridiculous. And and it's not even real, if it was like this stalemate between two opposing navies, that might be cool. But no, you gotta add in aliens? Who thought that? Is there just some secret compartment in the, the battlefield set that we're all missing and then the writers of this movie knew about? I don't think so. But anyway, this turns out to be just as ridiculous as you probably thought it was. Some decent action, I'll give it that, but really not enough to redeem just the horrible crap fest that is the rest of this movie. Really, one of the only other redeeming factors is Liam Neeson, because that man can do no wrong. I don't know why he accepts some of his roles. Like, I mean, come on, dude, you're awesome. You're Oscar Schindler. You're Qui-Gon Jinn. What are you doing in Battleship, man? But everything is so horrible, from the story. It's not even just the concept, it's the way the story is carried out. It plays out like Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor, but instead of Japanese, there's aliens. And Rihanna? Wait, what was that choice? I mean, Taylor Kitsch, there's not one really good performance in this movie, save for Liam Neeson, even that, because the script is so poorly written that almost any, trained actor would not be able to turn it into, a convincing role. And there are probably some people that can have fun with this movie, and I have the capacity to turn my brain off for a little and enjoy some mindless entertainment, but there comes to a point, there comes to this threshold where you gotta have something, you gotta give a little, and this movie doesn't really give anything. They make it seem like because everything's high stakes, like this is the end of the world, and we're fighting, and I gotta say that it's gonna be epic and cool, but no, you actually have to actually work that up and work up that intensity. You can't just be like, oh, aliens gonna take over the world, and because that's like Avengers, the last hour it got, went batshit crazy with the action, but that's because it had great build-up and didn't get crappy any time throughout because it was, well written and well directed. This movie does not have any of that. I do feel like I'm being slightly harsh in the movie, and I don't know why, because I know what it is. I know I'm not expecting high art. It could have been a lot worse. I'll say that. It definitely could have been a lot worse. Yes, it's very corny. It's just a total cheeseball movie where just totally laughable, but it still could have been worse. The action is cool. Unfortunately, there's no drama in the action. Like, I don't actually care, but it is still very cool. It's not boring. That's another plus for the movie. Even so that it is not really very few good qualities, it is not boring, and that is what really matters to movies like this, especially because it exceeds the 2-hour mark, and it does entertain for that time. I think some people will like it. I know this is some people's type of movie. I personally just can't stand this, and I love action when it's done right. Avengers. It doesn't really hit the spot, it's not very accurate. It sends all of its pieces to B5 and just misses the mark. Ew. Guess it doesn't, penetrate. As I said, there will be people who will be able to put aside some of the flaws and really enjoy this movie, but because there are much better movies out in theaters right now, I would recommend you go to see, The Dictator, but if you're in the mood for action, Avengers, just go see it again, because it doesn't get old. But there will be a review of what to expect when you're expecting, so look forward to stay tuned for that. Subscribe. Stuff. So if this is going to start a trend of illogical adaptations of board games, I'm just waiting for the Monopoly movie where the Monopoly man turns out to be a mass serial pigeon rapist, and then all the little pieces like the boot and stuff actually are Transformers that, turn into these huge heroic beings to come and defeat the pigeon raping Monopoly man.